Our Homesick Songs by Emma Hooper. Read for you by Nicole Power. 1993. "There was a mermaid," said Finn. "Yes," said Cora. She pulled an old towel up over her, a blanket. "Out on the dark green night water," said Finn, "there was a mermaid. And because mermaids need to, it sang. Sad songs, homesick songs. Night after night, over 100,000 fish. And the only one who could hear it was a girl." "Lonely," said Cora. "Yes, a lonely girl," said Finn. "Orphaned. But tying knots and listening to the mermaid sing made her feel a bit better. All through the night she'd lie awake and knot and listen to the songs." "And then the storm," said Cora. "Yes, the storm," said Finn. "There was a storm one night, and the girl couldn't think of anything but her parents not being there, and the knots weren't helping as much as they should, and the mermaid was singing and singing, not high and pretty, like you might think, but low and long, like she felt. So the girl got up, out of bed, and followed the song down to the water. The sea. Yes, to the sea, where the storm was wild, and it was probably too dangerous. Definitely. And it was definitely too dangerous, but she kept going anyway, the mermaid singing, washing up to her, calling out to her. She walked all the way to the edge of the sea, and then, even though it was freezing cold, she took another step into the water. She should have sunk down, but she didn't. She stayed on the surface." "She what?" "She stayed on the surface." "She did? I don't remember this part." "She did, because the sea was so thick with cod, brought out by the singing, hundreds of thousands of them, she could walk on them right across their backs, out and out and out towards the song." "Oh. And it got louder and louder until it was louder than the wind, until she saw it wasn't a mermaid at all," said Cora. "Yes," said Finn, "until she saw it wasn't a mermaid. It was Dad. It was our Dad, singing." Cora and Finn were on the ferry going west. The sun had set and their parents were asleep, leaning against each other, surrounded by bags and boxes. There was no one else there. It was too foggy to see out the windows, to check for boat lights or anything else. Too quiet and late for music. Too much pull of the sea for reading. There was nothing to do but tell stories. Tell this story. "And then?" asked Cora. "And then everything," said Finn. 1992. The lichen on the rocks was orange and yellow and green. 10-year-old Finn hopped from one patch to the next. He was wearing a sweater with 2 jumping fish on it, and the zipper pull clicked up and down with every jump. Green click, green click, yellow click, green click. The wind pushed his hair flat against his forehead. Up ahead, 14-year-old Cora was in the same sweater, only bigger and with caribou instead of fish. They were on their way home from once-a-month school, where all the homeschooled kids in the region met to do some kind of activity or go on some kind of trip. It was funded by the government, as it was cheaper than running a real school for so few of them, and usually involved a trip to the fish plant or step dancing lessons on someone's porch. The guides were always just someone's mom or dad. The government gave them $75 to do it, so there were lots of volunteers. "We have to stop at the bakery," Cora called back over her shoulder. "How come?" "Mom said." "To get pie?" "Yeah. But it's nobody's birthday, is it, or a special occasion?" "Don't think so." "Do we get to choose what kind?" "I do." "But I do." But nobody got to choose because there was only one. In the whole bakery, there was only one pie with nothing around it and nobody there to sell it. Finn rang the bell and waited. Cora went and sat down at one of the tables in the shop's cafe. There was nobody at any of the others. Eventually, Jack Penny, the baker, came in through the back door with a book under his arm. "So sorry," he said. "So sorry."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?